It's just in.
All the gossip. The Rumor Report. Gossip. With Angela Yee.
It's the Rumor Report.
The Breakfast Club.
Well, Amanda Seales was out at trying to go to a Black Emmys party that she was invited to by Jesse Williams. And when she got to the door, they told her that she was not on the list. Now, the problem that she really has is that this was a Black Emmys party, and it was a white woman at the door named Kiara who was telling her that she could not get in. Listen to what she had to say on her story.
This is just to remind y'all that, like, it really doesn't matter, like, how hard you work or how good of a person you are. Like, you just gonna be in some bull. Like, the fact that, like, I literally was humiliated just now because 4 security guards were asked to come and remove me from a party that is supposed to honor Black people at the Emmys. And it was a white woman named Kiara who made it her business to do this. It's just, ooh, I'm not gonna cry though.
I got so many questions. Why didn't Seales just text Jesse Williams and say I'm outside? Or why she didn't hit Jesse and say I'm in the party, but they give me problems? I also want to know, was it Jesse's party? Because if it wasn't Jesse's party, then Jesse shouldn't be inviting people to other folks' party. And my final question, is white women named Kiara?
Yeah.
That was your final question?
Wow.
And you know what? It's I don't know what happened, but she did eventually get into the party. So while she's in
so
there,
she got in.
But then security came and removed her from the party.
Oh.
Was it Jesse's party?
I don't know if it was his party. It's a Black Emmys party.
Yeah, because if it's not Jesse's party,
Black Hollywood Emmys party.
Yeah, he shouldn't be inviting people to other folks' party. That's always a recipe for disaster.
But she did say that other people were walking up and getting in and weren't on the list. And
so nobody
they were
seen her
adding
that she
people's
knew?
names to the list and everything.
But you go to those parties, somebody that I'm sure knew her.
She said a lot of people knew her. People were walking up like, oh, what's the problem? What's going on? Like, are you good?
In a situation like that, you hit the person who invited you to the party, though. You're like, yo, Jesse.
Maybe she did, and maybe he didn't respond. Who knows?
Well, that's the worst, by the way.
I'm at the door.
My God. And then they just stopped responding. Lord have mercy. I'm not talking to you no more. I'm blocking your number.
All right, now let's talk about
I'm not talking to you no more.
Something that happened with Miley Cyrus at the iHeart Festival in Vegas.
Some more stuff happened?
Well, this is something y'all might have not have known.
What?
A man got arrested because he had been stalking her, and he was sending all kinds of crazy tweets to her the week before the iHeart Festival, saying that he was going to meet up with her in Vegas. He wanted to impregnate her.
Well.
Now, apparently, Miley Cyrus security team actually gave out pictures of the guy all over before she performed.
What did the guy look like?
David Rumsey is his name. And
kind of like Charlamagne.
He
the
definitely,
security team.
He definitely wasn't backstage, by the way.
Actually, they did find him and arrest him.
Where?
In Vegas.
At the iHeart Festival?
Yes.
Backstage?
I don't know if he was backstage. He was in the audience.
Oh, exactly.
So, but they did give out his picture because they didn't know if he was going to manage to, somehow get in somewhere.
That's why
so
they were
that
clearing the
might be
hallways.
why security was doing that.
Okay,
because
well, if that's the case, then her manager lied to us because her manager said his security didn't clear the hallway.
That is true.
Remember that?
Well, no, they're saying that what they did was the security team gave out pictures so everybody could be on watch for this man. And then they did actually find him, and they did actually arrest him, and he was in the audience.
Kind of resembles you, Charlamagne.
Yeah, a white guy with a beard resembles me. Yeah, sure. He actually looks more like you, to be honest with you. He looks like a 40-year-old DJ Envy. All right.
All right. But, yeah, that's a scary thing to have somebody stalking you. Trust me. I'm sure we all know about that. All right,
so
now
you need to start clearing the sidewalk when you walk down the sidewalk. Hit the radio
Listen.
station. When you pull up out your car,
Clear the sidewalk.
All right, nobody on the sidewalk.
All right, now let's talk about the woman who inspired the movie Hustlers, Jennifer Lopez's character in that movie. And now she is really going hard because I've been hearing about this for quite some time, but now Samantha Barbash has just had her legal team fire off a letter to the studio behind the movie Hustlers, which is a hit, and she wants them to pay for the use of her likeness, her personality, her biography, and her identity in connection with the promotion of the film. They said that she rejected all offers to be included in the film and that it was a flagrant violation of her rights. She said the studio lowballed her, never made a deal with her while the movie was in production, and they wanted her to sign away her rights. She declined to do that, so now she wants some money.
So they just stole her story?
I guess so.
Yikes.
Here's what she said.
It's about my life. They pretty much basically stole my story. I wouldn't sign my rights away. J-Lo doesn't work for free. Why would I? I'm a businesswoman.
How do they get to make a movie without you signing off on it, though?
You tell me. It's Hollywood. J-Lo portrayed me, so she didn't even reach out to the woman that she's portraying.
You never heard from J-Lo?
Not J-Lo herself, no. The producer hit up my lawyer.
Okay.
But it was a joke. I don't even want to embarrass them of what they thought. Put it this way. I have Hermes bags that cost more than they wanted to give me.
Talk that ish.
Now, I haven't seen Hustlers yet. Did she actually play that woman? Is her name?
It's inspired by that woman, so I don't know. I haven't seen it yet either, which I'm very mad at. I need to make some time.
If it don't say that anywhere in the movie and they don't use her name or anything, I mean, I don't see how she can prove that.
But if
the
you
story's
say it's
about her.
inspired
But
by,
if it was inspired by,
because it is inspired by a true story.
But that's what I said. Did they say that in the movie? Does it say like inspired by?
It says inspired by a true story, but I don't know if they say it's her true story.
Got you.
So it is inspired by a true story, and they say it's these real women that were hustling these Wall Street men.
Yeah. I don't know how she proves that, but I mean, if you can get your money, get your money.
All right, now let's talk about Bob Iger, Disney's CEO. He has a new memoir, The Ride of a Lifetime, and he talks about why they were going to buy Twitter and then decided not to. He said, the troubles were greater than I wanted to take on, greater than I thought it was responsible for us to take on. He goes on to say that he said, I like looking at my Twitter newsfeed because I want to follow 15, 20 different subjects. Then you turn and look at your notifications and you're immediately saying, why am I doing this? Why do I endure this pain? He goes on to say that the nastiness is extraordinary on Twitter. So he just didn't think it would be responsible of them. He said, like a lot of these platforms, they have the ability to do a lot of good in our world. They also have an ability to do a lot of bad. I didn't want to take that on.
We're all in verbally abusive relationships with our smartphones and social media. I haven't looked at my Twitter comments in months, and I feel so good about that.
All right, now let's talk about New Jack City. There is a reboot in the works.
No, fart on this idea, please. Please get my farts ready. Ask Cass.
And that is going to be done with Snowfall's Malcolm M. Mays writing. So that's who is planning to do that. And they're saying that the original movie, was back in, when was that movie? It took place in the 80s, but it was in 1991.
Yeah, 91.
That movie came out. And that made an estimated, you know how much it made? $8 million back in the day.
Listen,
in the theaters. But now it's grossed close to $48 million. By the way, no, it's made for $8 million, and then it grossed $48 million.
Classic movie, but fought on the idea of a reboot. You know what I'm saying?
That might be dope.
No, man. First of all, it's so many. I hate to say this, but it's so many new drug stories you could do. Like it's so many different kingpins across the world and the country that you could do, especially in the inner cities. Like there's other stories to be told.
They don't have a director yet, but they are going to be using the film's original producer, Doug McHenry, and they're also using Bill Gerber, who did A Star Is Born, to produce.
What does Ice-T and Wesley Snipes think about this? Everything don't need a reboot, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like New Jack City is a classic as is. And plus for the time, that whole New Jack Swing era with the music and everything, like, nah, leave New Jack City alone.
All right, we shall see.
Could be dope.
No, leave that alone.
All right, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your Rumor Report.
I'm excited to see Joker that comes out. It comes out this weekend or next weekend. I want to see Joker.
I do want to see the Joker.
That looks pretty good.
I'm not big on DC, but I've always liked the Joker characters.
I'm looking forward to that one.
I actually got invited to a screening of that.
Really?
Yes.
All right. Well, let's get, when we come back, front page news, what we talking about, Yee?
Well, we'll talk about remember we were talking yesterday, I think yesterday was the Donkey of the Day you did, right, about the 6-year-old who was arrested, fingerprinted.
Yep. Yes.
All right, well, we'll give you an update on what happened to that school resource officer.
All right, we'll get into that next. Keep it locked. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.